This is the only best way to defeat a narcissist and move on with your life. The most jealous and envious individuals you encounter in life are often narcissists. Moving on and finding happiness without them is the worst blow you can deliver, as it stirs envy within them. Narcissists struggle to find happiness independently. Even if some narcissists enjoy financial security and professional success, it never suffices to quench their unending thirst for admiration. Their needs are met by inflicting suffering on others. Witnessing someone else's distress validates the narcissist's own sense of isolation, offering them a perverse comfort. It's crucial to remember that narcissists strive to spread misery to those around them, perfectly fitting the saying, "Misery loves company." Prioritize your mental and emotional well-being, as narcissists can readily detect your vulnerability, lingering resentment, or willingness to forgive, making you a target for their schemes. Maintain a safe distance from narcissists and their flying monkeys who support their actions, as they'll go to great lengths to undermine you. To evade the narcissist, cease communication with them and their enablers, as their presence will impede your healing process. Nonetheless, the extent of damage inflicted by the narcissist plays a role. If you're compelled to interact with the narcissist, despite your best efforts to avoid them, focus on maintaining your emotional equilibrium. One approach is to treat them as if they're invisible and walk past without acknowledgement. Practicing silence while preserving your own well-being is often the most effective strategy, confounding the narcissist. Narcissists actively seek out victims to repeatedly vent their grievances. They anticipate benefiting from this behavior and hold the belief that their victims would be worse off without them. When a narcissist observes that their victim cannot engage in their tit-for-tat game, they take delight in witnessing the victim's struggle with anger, resentment, and the desire for retribution. Clinging to these negative emotions can make it exceedingly difficult to break free from this situation. Conversely, if you maintain a pessimistic outlook on life, you might attract more negativity. To enhance your life after enduring narcissistic abuse, substantial changes in your mindset, emotions, and personal growth are essential. Demonstrate courage in all aspects of your life. Narcissists might experience dejection when they see their former victims thriving. Despite feigning happiness for your recovery, they may secretly harbor resentment for the strain on their relationship. Don't allow them to extinguish your inner fire. Should you succeed despite their efforts, they could become even more hostile. Learning that you've moved on to more significant and better things can be deeply distressing for them. Ignoring a narcissist or pretending they are insignificant is a guaranteed way to provoke their anger, likely causing them considerable psychological distress, whether they reveal it or not. During this period, the narcissist may start probing, seeking an opportunity to reintegrate into your life. However, reconciling with a narcissist can be perilous. If they are unwilling to offer a genuine apology and acknowledge their wrongdoings in their treatment of you, it's crucial to keep the door firmly locked and disregard their advances until they do so. Narcissists might attempt to throw a romantic curveball your way to entice you, but ultimately, they will only bring chaos back into your life. It's vital to steer clear of a former narcissist who is aware of your progress. Remember that your self-worth remains intact, whether they acknowledge it or not. Your achievements are likely to evoke jealousy in narcissists, as it underscores their own deficiencies and accentuates their inability to measure up to your depth of emotion and quality. Thriving in the face of narcissistic abuse is the ultimate form of retribution. So, do not let their actions extinguish the serenity and radiance within you. I hope the insights shared today prove beneficial to you. Wishing you a wonderful week until we meet again. This is how to stop the narcissist's evil and make him destroyed to the point of die slowly. Are you contemplating how to address an excessively self-absorbed individual, such as a narcissist? Is it even feasible? Most importantly, resist the urge to engage with them. The most effective approach to dealing with a narcissist is to cease communication with them. By concentrating on self-improvement, you will ultimately emerge as the victor. I understand your feelings, but paradoxically, most people overlook a crucial aspect. Because you are the sole recipient of the narcissist's intense abuse, your outbursts of anger or other negative emotions are entirely justified. It is possible that others may not comprehend why you are so deeply affected by the narcissist. Experiencing anger is a sign of a well-functioning nervous system. It can serve as a source of motivation that, when channeled constructively, can expedite the healing process. Nonetheless, irrational anger is ethically objectionable. Let's review the essential steps for handling a narcissist. If you desire to delve further into this topic, consider subscribing to this channel and enabling notifications to be among the first to receive new content updates. Have you ever grappled with anger directed at a narcissist? If so, how intense was your anger, and how did you manage to regain composure? If you've encountered similar experiences, sharing your stories in the comments section could offer valuable insights to those facing similar challenges. Step 1. Embrace your anger and acknowledge it. Many individuals attempt to suppress their anger when dealing with narcissists or situations that leave them feeling obliged to engage. They treat anger as if it were something to be feared, not realizing that it's a natural emotional response. Given the dynamics of the relationship, your anger is a valid reaction to the toxic mistreatment you endured from the narcissist. Reflect on the harm the narcissist inflicted upon you, the lies, broken promises, and the false depiction of a brighter future. They aim to mentally shatter you by presenting a deceptive identity when they targeted you. Narcissists conspire to mold you into a mere shadow of your true self, all to bolster their own self-esteem. Eventually, they treated you as though you were discarded and worthless, akin to broken furniture. This is a profoundly distressing situation, and it's perfectly normal to feel a strong urge to retaliate in anger. However, I'm not suggesting that you succumb to this temptation. Rather, it's crucial to acknowledge and validate your anger. Suppressing it will not lead to a resolution. While I'm not advocating mirroring their behavior, recognizing your anger is the first step towards healing. Step 2. Understand the narcissist's objectives within the relationship. Narcissists aim to strip you of your individuality and self-worth. They resist any attempts on your part to control your own life, set boundaries, or act independently. Ultimately, they want you to feel worthless, degraded, and ashamed of yourself. This is precisely why they isolated you and subjected you to such deplorable treatment. They deliberately induced amnesia to make you forget who you truly are. Their desire was for you to be submissive and obedient, serving as their doormat. They endeavored to silence your voice, fearing what you might discover about yourself if given the freedom to choose. This control granted them a false sense of power and superiority, as they dictated every facet of your existence. They didn't want you to have free will because they lacked it themselves. Armed with this understanding of the narcissist's manipulative strategies to modify your behavior, you are better prepared to take meaningful action. So, how can you overcome narcissists and emerge victorious? The key lies in doing the opposite of what they desire. Narcissists seek control over you, but when you learn to assert yourself, safeguard your resources, and reclaim your individuality, you strip them of their power. This can be a challenging process, But it's vital for your healing and safeguarding yourself from future narcissistic relationships. By doing so, you can rise from the ashes like the mythical phoenix. Narcissists may view themselves as all-knowing and omnipotent, but they are far from it. Taking charge of your life and making positive changes disappoints them. They anticipated your emotional self-destruction, but you've proven them wrong. They become disconcerted when your perspective isn't as pessimistic as theirs, and their attempts to control you falter. Thus, channel your anger inward and utilize it as a driving force for healing and personal progress. Narcissists imitate you, destroy you, and control you. They do it all just want this from you. Hello, and thank you for tuning in to another video. Narcissists epitomize parasitic behavior. The more you react negatively to them, the more they thrive on your distress, consuming resources like your money, energy, and attention. To gain the upper hand, you must keep them engaged. If you cease responding to their provocations, they will become bored and seek out new targets. However, they often attempt to trigger you with frequent insults, hurtful sarcasm, financial exploitation, embarrassing tactics, ghosting or ignoring you, and even physical aggression such as slapping, pushing, hair pulling, or any act they know will hurt you. In this video, I will delve into why narcissists are drawn to you and why they aim to emulate your behavior. In my view, there are three primary motives behind their actions. Narcissists, despite their inherent vulnerability, are adept performers. Despite their outward confidence and charm, they harbor deep insecurities. They are essentially putting on an act. Moreover, they persist as if nothing is amiss. This is why they feel awkward in the presence of genuine individuals. Narcissists resent our autonomy and individuality. When we exude happiness and self-assuredness, that's when they despise us the most. Despite holding negative assumptions about us, they rely on us. They look up to us and aspire to be like us. Narcissists find you highly admirable because you disrupt the tranquility of their lives. For them, swapping places with you right now would fulfill a lifelong ambition. They covet your esteemed position and yearn for it intensely. Since they lack the ability to genuinely join us, their only hope is to emulate our every move. Narcissists gain insight into their own identity by mimicking those who inspire them. Seeking approval from others helps them compensate for their insecurities. Narcissists often strive to bolster their self-esteem by assuming a different persona. Their self-esteem relies heavily on constant validation from others. Without being a continual object of admiration, respect, and trust, narcissists find it difficult to maintain positive self-esteem. They go to great lengths to refine their public image, or at least create the appearance of doing so. Influences from both the media and their immediate surroundings can shape an individual's character. They selectively adopt qualities that project empathy and likability. The narcissist relishes being the center of attention. Secondly, narcissists may secretly covet your virtues and attempt to imitate your behavior. Always on the lookout for more admiration and accolades, they may endeavor to poach your followers if they perceive you as having many fans and admirers. As a result, they carefully study the role model they are seeking to replicate. Your distinctive qualities may range from superficial aspects, like appearance, to more complex ones, like vocabulary or interests. If a narcissist forms a favorable impression of you, they may endeavor to mimic your behavior. While this might not seem significant initially, if they set their sights on it, they could pose a serious threat if they succeed. Narcissists employ another tactic to exert control over you by persuading you that they are just like you. Dealing with a narcissist can be perilous due to their adeptness at manipulation. Hence, It is not surprising when they mirror our behaviors. They will strive to convince you that you share numerous similarities with them. When you align with many of a narcissist's beliefs, actions, and interests, you are more likely to place your trust in them. Predators such as narcissists will often claim to share their victims' hobbies and values to gain their trust and manipulate them. Establishing a close friendship is much easier when you share numerous commonalities with someone. Narcissists employ the strategy of closely observing and imitating your behavior to foster trust and, ultimately, to integrate themselves into your life. Maintaining a sense of security and connection is vital when dealing with a narcissist. This facade creates a counterfeit sense of belonging. In all frankness, narcissists are adept manipulators and deceptive individuals, completely devoid of moral principles. They rank among the most untruthful people one can encounter. Consequently, they are incapable of offering genuine intimacy in their relationships. In this video, I explore the pros and cons of romantic involvement with narcissists. Narcissists struggle to form profound bonds with others, potentially straining their closest relationships. The reason: their insincerity becomes glaringly evident when they attempt to mimic us. This counterfeit sense of self develops similarly to an imaginary friend. All their kind words and deeds are mere facades, concealing a deeply unsettling instability beneath their welcoming exterior. My conjecture is that they imitate others to mask their true nature of malevolence and hideousness from the world. These individuals take pleasure in manipulating and causing suffering to others. They are manipulative, hollow vessels. Beyond the risk of losing everything you possess, they will subject you to abuse and manipulation for their own gain. Be wary of any potential romantic partner who appears to be shadowing your every move, as it is a sign that something or someone may not be as they seem. That concludes today's video. If you found this video informative, kindly show your appreciation by giving it a thumbs up and leaving a comment. We wholeheartedly thank you for your patience.